Article 62. Mitigating or aggravating circumstances and habitual delinquency shall be taken into account for the purpose of diminishing or increasing the penalty in conformity with the following rules. Number 1. Aggravating circumstances which in themselves constitute a crime especially punishable by law or which are included by the law in defining a crime and prescribe the penalty, therefore, shall not be taken into account for the purpose of increasing the penalty. So sabi dito, some aggravating circumstances or yung nagpapalala ng kasalanan ay hindi siya pwedeng idagdag sa penalty mo. Kasi kung ano lang yung penalty na under doon sa kasalanan na ginawa mo, yun lang yung magiging punish mo. Example yung sa magnakaw ka sa bangko. Siyempre, kapag nagnakaw ka sa bangko, parang mas mabigat yun na crime kaysa kung magnakaw ka dun sa mga maliliit na tindahan. Pero di ba nga, meron ng stated penalty about dun sa pagnanakaw. So means, kung ano lang yung nakalagay dun na penalty mo, yun lang yung magiging penalty mo. Okay, number 2. The same rule shall apply with respect to any aggravating circumstances inherent in the crime to such a degree that it must of necessity accompany the commission therefore. Same sa mga bagay na inherent na sa crime. So for example, si Juan, gumamit siya ng kutsilyo or kung ano man yung weapon dyan. So, yung paggamit ng weapon ay inherent na sa crime. So the penalty na ipapataw ay kung ano ang nakalagay sa law, even may ginamit siyang armas. Okay, number 3. Aggravating or mitigating circumstances which arise from the moral attributes of the offender or from his private relations with the offended party or from any other personal cause shall only serve to aggravate or mitigate the liability of the principals, accompliances, and accessories as to whom such circumstances are attended. If the magnanakaw is may masamang ugali, mas mabigat ang parusa niya. Pero kung nagsisi at nakipag-ayos sa biktima, pwedeng gumaan ang parusa. But nakakaepekto lang ito sa kanya, sa mga kasama niya sa pagnanakaw at sa mga tumulong sa kanya. Uniformity ba? Okay, next. Number 4. The circumstances which consist in the material execution of the act or in the means employed to accomplish it shall serve to aggravate or mitigate the liability of those persons only who had knowledge of them at the time of the execution of the act or the cooperation therein. Ang mga nangyari while ginagawa yung crime, affected lang ito sa mga tumulong or nakaalam about dun sa crime. Example, sa pagnanakaw sa bahay. May tatlong nagplano na magnakaw sa bahay. All of them know na gagamitin nila yung isang sasakyan para makatakas. Dalawa sa kanila ay alam na may baril ang isa. So, sa nagnanakaw na sila, yung isang baril ay tinutukan yung may-ari ng bahay para matakot. So, ang magnanakaw na may hawak ng baril at yung nakaalam ay mas mabigat yung parusa nila kaysa sa walang alam na kasama nila. Okay, number 5. Habitual delinquency shall have the following effects. A. Upon a third conviction, the culprit shall be sentenced to the penalty provided by law for the last crime of which he found guilty and to the additional penalty of prison correctional in its middle and maximum periods. Sa third conviction daw, paparusahan ang kriminal ayon sa batas para sa last crime na ginawa niya at may dagdag pang parusa prison correctional or 6 months and 1 day to 6 years. Upon a fourth conviction, the culprit shall be sentenced to the penalty provided for the class crime of which he found guilty and to the additional penalty of prison mayor in its minimum and medium periods. Sa fourth conviction ay ganun din. And yung iaad lang na parusa ay yung aresto mayor or 1 month and 1 day to 6 months. Upon the fifth or additional conviction, the culprit shall be sentenced to the penalty provided for the last crime of which he be found guilty and to the additional penalty of prison mayor and its maximum period to reclusion temporal and its minimum period. Sa fifth conviction naman, ganun din. And yung idadagdag lang is yung prison mayor or 6 years and 1 day to 12 years hanggang sa reclusion temporal na 12 years and 1 day to 20 years. Notwithstanding the provisions of this article, the total of the two penalties to be imposed upon the offender, in conformity herewith, shall in no case exceed 30 years. Kung ano man ang naka-state in this article, ang total number na bilang sa two penalties na ipapataw sa nagkasala ay hindi dapat lalampas sa 30 years. For the purpose of this article, a person shall be deemed to be habitual delinquent if within a period of 10 years from the date of his release or last conviction of the crimes, robo, hurto, estafa, or falsification, he is found guilty of any of said crimes a third time or oftener. If a person commits the same types of crimes like theft or fraud multiple times within 10 years, they are considered a habitual delinquent and will receive extra punishments with each conviction.
Article 78, when and how a penalty is to be executed. So this article imposes a simple rule that no penalty shall be exposed or executed unless the judgment of the court has been rendered final and executory. So yung article na to, yung sinasabi dito na yung hindi pwedeng yung penalty or hindi pwedeng i-impose or execute yung penalty unless yung court ay hindi nagbigay ng final na judgment about dun sa case. So yung court natin ay magbibigay ng chance sa other party na magbigay ng apela within the set day. Pero kung yung other party ay hindi nakapagbigay ng appeal within the set day, doon lang yung court magbibigay ng final judgment about sa kaso. For example, si Mr. De Lima, accused siya sa kasong murder. Ngayon, yung judge hindi pa makadecide if ano yung hatol niya kay Mr. De Lima. Ngayon, yung judge nagbigay ng chance to Mr. De Lima na magbigay ng apela within 10 days. Ngayon, lumipas yung 10 days. Si Mr. De Lima nag-fail na mabigay yung apela within the set day. And that's the time yung judge ay magbibigay na siya ng final judgment ng final judgment sa kaso ni Mr. De Lima, which is guilty. So, in this example, yung set day na yon kailangan makapagbigay siya ng appeal. Pero if hindi, if nag-fail siya, doon lang pwedeng yung judge na magbibigay siya ng penalty about dun sa kaso. That is the only time the penalty may be executed and convince party start serving his sentence as the case may be. So yun nga, yun yung final judgment ng court. So yung other party or yung accused, i-serve na niya yung sentence niya sa prison. Special regulation prescribed shall be observed in relation to the character of the work to be performed, time of its performance, other incidents, relation of the convicts among themselves, other person they may receive and die. The obligation of authorities to implement regulation in the jails to make sure the welfare of the prison confined and are protected. At the same time, the purpose of confinement service is purpose best. So yung dito naman yung obligation daw ng authority is which is yung ma-implement yung rules and regulations sa loob ng jail. Dito na observe na yung regulation dapat ay makita and ma-apply dun sa prisoner. And dapat yung confinement ay are protected daw and hindi basta-basta may nakakapasok na kung ano man. At the same time, yung confinement daw it serve its purpose at the best. Yung confinement daw dapat na-apply nila yung yung regulation, ganon. So yun lang sa Article 78.
Going to report Article 79. Suspension of the execution and service of the penalties in case of insanity. In Article 79, when a convict shall become insane or an imbecile after final sentence has been pronounced, the execution of said sentence shall be suspended only with regard to the personal penalty. The provisions of the second paragraph of circumstance number 1 of the Article 12 being observed in the corresponding cases. If at any time the convict shall recover his reason, his sentence shall be executed. unless the penalty shall have prescribed in accordance with the provisions of this code. The respective provisions of this section shall also be observed if the insanity or imbecility occurs while the convict is serving his sentence. So, according this Article 79, sinasabi dito na kapag ang isang nahatulan ay naging insane or imbecile, again, insane is pagkawala sa katinoan or sakit sa pag-iisip. And then, ang imbecile naman ay pagiging isip bata. So, kapag yon ang isang nahatulan ay naging baliw or naging imbecile, matapos mapatawan ng final sentence, ang pagpapatupad ng parusa ay masususpend or isususpende. Kapag gumaling na yung nahatulan at bumalik ang kanyang katinoan, bumalik siya sa katinoan, tamang pag-isip, ipagpapatuloy na yung pagpapatupad ng sentence. Maliban na lang kung nag-prescribe or nag-expired na yung punishment ayon sa batas. Ganon din ang susunding proseso kapag ang baliw or pagka-imbisil ay nangyari habang nagsisilbi ng sentensya ang nahatulan o akusado. So, yun. Okay. I'll give you some scenario or example na para mas lalo nyo maintindihan. Kunwari, example is si Cardo. Si Cardo ay nahatulan or hinatulan ng korte at binigyan ng final sentence ng pagkakakulong. Bago siya dalhin sa kulungan, napansin ng police or authority na siya ay naging baliw, nawala sa katinoan. Dahil dito, sinuspende or sinuspend muna yung pagpapatupad ng kanyang pagkakakulong habang siya ay may sakit sa pag-iisip. Habang siya ay nasa mental hospital or habang siya ay ginagamot, hindi muna siya ikinulong. Hindi muna siya pwedeng ikulong. Kapag gumaling na si Cardo at bumalik na ang kanyang katinoan, itutuloy na yung pagpapatupad ng kanyang sentensya. At pwede na siyang dalhin sa kulungan. Pero, maliban na lang kung nag-expired na yung punishment na yun na ayon dun sa batas. So, yun, I hope guys, naintindihan yung report ko. Thank you.
I'm from Group 13 and my part of the Group 13 reporting is Article 80. Article 80, suspension of sentence of minor delinquents. Sa first paragraph, whenever minor under 18 years of age of either sex be accused of a crime, the court, after hearing the evidence in the proper proceeding, instead of pronouncing judgment, shall suspend all further proceeding and shall commit such as minor to the custody or care of the public or private benevolent or charitable institution established under the law for the care, correction, or education of orphaned, homeless, defective, and delinquent children, or to the custody or care and other responsible person in any other place subject to visitation and supervision by the Public Welfare Commissioner or any of his agent or representative, if there be in any other by the superintendent of public school or his representative, subject to such as condition as applicable here below, until such minor shall have reached his majority or for such less period as the court may deem proper. Dito naman sa paragraph 1, sabi dito, if someone under 18 pababa siya na nag-commit ng crime, example, pag 17 or 18 ka at 17 mo siya na commit ng crime, aantayin ka na maging 18 bago ka pwede ikulong. Pag 17 pababa ka naman, pwede nilang i-post yung kaso. Tapos idadalhin ka sa probihadong lugar kung saan pwede kang i-rehabilitate doon. At doon mo mare-realize kung ano yung mga ginawa mo, kung tama ba o mali. Doon ka i-rehabilitate. Lahat na doon. Yun lang sa article sa column 1. Sa column 2 naman, the court is committing said minors provide above shall take into consideration the religion of such minor, his parents, or next of kin in order to avoid his commitment to any private institution not under the control and supervision of the religion such as denomination to which they belong. Dito naman sa column 2, kung ano yung paniniwala ng bata sa anong religious niya, at bago siya kunin doon sa place na yon, dapat nakaset na yung place na yon, tatanggapin siya kung anong pinapaniwalaan ng bata na religion. Like example, Iglesia ni Cristo siya, tapos Iglesia ni Cristo siya nasa labas, tapos papasok siya sa rehabilitation na lugar, which is dapat Iglesia ni Cristo din yung paniniwala nila, para kapag labas nila at para paglabas nila, hindi iba't iba yung pinapaniwalaan niya, which is isa lang. Sa column 3 naman tayo, the Public Welfare Commissioner Office duly authorized representatives or agent, the superintendent of public school or his representative, or the person to whose custody or care the minor has been committed shall submit it to the court every 2 months or as often required written report in the good or bad conduct of said minor and the moral and intellectual progress made by him. Ito na yung sa column 3 naman is, di ba, nasa custody na siya ng pagre-rehabilitate. Doon dapat ipapakita niya na nagbago na siya, na-realize niya na lahat ng mga ginawa niyang mali. Dapat yung mga pinapakita niya is magandang asal. Doon magandang asal pinapakita niya. At yung na-assign naman sa kanya na magre-report, which is nire-required daw siya na every 2 months sa base ng behavior ng nag-commit ng crime, kung ano yung pag-ugali niya sa loob, kung nagbago na ba, na-realize niya na lahat. Doon daw, kailangan daw niyang i-report yon every 2 months. Ito naman tayo sa column 4. The suspension of the proceeding against minor may be extended or shortened by the court of the recommendation of Public Welfare Commission of his authorized representative or agent or superintendent of public school or his representative, according to whether the conduct of such minor has been good or not and the whether has complied with the condition imposed upon him. The provision of the first paragraph of the article shall not, however, be affected by those contained herein. Dito naman sa column 4, sabi dito, depende daw sa court kung if i-extend ba nila to, issue short yung time ng minor stays in the custody. Nakabase sila sa behavior niya kung mag-i-stay ba siya ng matagal o pwede pang mag-stay ng mas matagal pa. At pwede rin hindi siya doon mag-stay ng matagal. Depende sa behavior ng nag-commit ng krimen. Kapag naman yung krimen daw is nag-behave ng magandang asal doon, pwede siyang mapalaya ng mas maaga pa. Sa column 4. Ito naman tayo sa column 5. If the man has been committed the custody or care of any institution mentioned in the first paragraph of this article with the approval of the Public Welfare Commission and subject to such condition as the official accordance with the law may deem proper and impose such minor be allowed to stay elsewhere under the care of responsible person. Dito naman, if a minor staying in an institution, they might be allowed to live somewhere else under the care of responsible person. This can only happen in Public Welfare Commission approved and set certain condition. Yun daw doon. Ito naman tayo sa 6. If the minor has behaved properly and has committed with the condition imposed upon him during his confinement in accordance with the provision of this article, he shall be returned to the court in order the same way order his final release. to behave daw ng mabuting asal itong nag-commit ng crime, ibabalik siya sa court. Kumbaga, nag-behave siya sa custody ng pagatang asal, ibabalik siya sa court at doon pag-uusapan yung official release niya. Diba? Sa column 7 naman tayo. In case the minor fails to behave properly or to comply with the regulation of the institution to which he has been committed or within the condition imposed upon him when he was committed to the care of responsible person, or in the case shall be found incorrigible, or his continued stay in such institution shall be inadvisable, he shall be returned to the court in order the same may render the judgment corresponding to the crime committed by him. Dito naman sa column 7, if the minor doesn't not follow the rules of the change is not fit, the institution will be sent back to the court that will decide the proper punishment of the crime. Now, dito naman tayo sa column 8. The express of the maintenance of minor delinquent conforming institution to which he has been committed shall be borne totally to particular by his parent or relative or those persons liable to support him. They are able to do is the action of the court. Dito daw is kunwari pinunta ka sa isang rehabilitation na lugar, doon ka magbabago, kailangan din to bayaran ng magulang mo, kung sino man malapit sa'yo, magulang mo, relatives mo, at kung sino pang malalapit sa'yo, which is babayaran nila yun. Pwede nilang bayaran yun ng buo if may kaya naman sila, pero kung kaya naman, hindi naman nila kayang bayaran ng buo, pwede lang bayaran ng partial lang, which is it depends to the court kung ilan yung ibibigay nilang palugit sa'yo. Kaya kailangan pa rin to bayaran, hindi ito free. Yun naman sa column. Yun lang po, doon lang po natatapos ang reporting ko, Article 80.